U.S. has lost the corn crown. We've been the world's top exporter of corn for just about every single year in history.
If you're wondering why farmers are so concerned about their farm finances right now, they really just can't catch a break. It's not just because corn prices are below break even for most. It's the fact input prices are so high.
American corn is facing rejection, not just in headlines, but in real-world shipments. In recent months, global buyers have begun quietly turning their backs on what was once the most dominant grain in the world. The United States, long seen as the breadbasket of modern agriculture, is watching its corn exports crumble in key markets, and one of the most noticeable shifts is happening just across the northern border. Canada, a close ally and consistent buyer, has slashed its American corn imports by more than 50%. That's not a typo. Compared to competitors like Brazil, Argentina, or even Ukraine. But when it comes to Canada, the situation is more layered. Yes, the economics matter, but so does the politics. Earlier this year, former President Donald Trump, who is once again leading in GOP polls, made headlines when he criticized Canada's trade position, suggesting that the U.S. was being taken advantage of in agricultural deals. His comments sparked frustration in Ottawa and reminded many Canadians of the 2018 trade war, when the U.S. slapped tariffs on Canadian steel and aluminum, and Canada retaliated with billions in duties on American goods, including food. Fast forward to now, and the falling corn numbers suggest Canada might be pivoting again, slowly but deliberately. Rather than relying on American grain, Canadian importers are increasing domestic production, exploring Latin American alternatives, and building stronger logistics. In recent months, U.S. rail systems and port operations have suffered delays due to labor shortages, extreme weather events, and infrastructure bottlenecks. Grain elevators in the Midwest are experiencing backups, and some corn producers say they're being forced to store excess crop in substandard conditions, further risking spoilage and rejection by buyers overseas. All of this is adding fuel to the fire. Brazilian and Argentinian exporters are capitalizing on the moment. Their corn is cheaper, abundant, and, right now, more predictable. Several Asian countries have reportedly shifted long-term contracts away from the U.S. toward South American suppliers. And Europe? They're buying U.S. corn only when it's deeply discounted, and even then, with strict conditions. The once unshakable dominance of U.S. corn is now under serious threat. Back home, American farmers are feeling the pressure. With fewer buyers and tighter margins, some are being forced to cut output or hold on to grain longer, hoping for a price rebound that may never come. The ripple effects are real. Corn futures on the Chicago Board of Trade have shown volatility not seen since the pandemic. Farm debt is climbing, and rural communities across the Midwest are bracing for what could be a rough harvest season, not because of the crop itself, but because there may be nowhere for it to go. Meanwhile, Canadian importers are moving on. In a recent agricultural panel, representatives from Canada's Grain Council indicated they were reviewing trade flows and diversifying import sources. That's diplomatic language, but the message is clear. Canada no longer sees American corn as essential, and if that sentiment spreads to Mexico, to Asia, to Europe, the consequences could reshape global agriculture. Because corn isn't just a crop, it's the backbone of U.S. farming. It feeds livestock. It fuels ethanol. It's embedded in processed food, snacks, fuel, and exports. And if confidence in U.S. corn continues to drop, the economic shock could stretch far beyond the farm. Some trade analysts warn that the U.S. is now at a crossroads. The world is asking, is American corn still worth it? For facts that matter, subscribe now.